Do you take time to look at the clothes that you are putting on? Or you have forgotten that you sleep in a house? Take time. What makes the iron sheets? What makes the bricks? What about the aggregate? I mean, what do you require to make a house? We need to travel. What will make the vehicles move? Which knowledge? Show me anything, I'll show you physics. If we decided to say that we remove the applications of physics in real life, we shall be naked from the clothes that we are putting on. The machines used to make them. The process is an application of the principles studied in physics. You want to fly, you want to go somewhere by any means, that is, all those ones are applications of physics. Therefore, my friends who have chosen to include physics in your combination, you are in the right position. You are in the right place, and you have chosen the most right subject for any combination. The most rightful subject to be studied by any person is none other than physics. Because as I have told you, and as you can also see, and as you have experienced, you are not going to do anything without physics. Some of you, you don't know that actually the food we eat, there are applications of physics. You'll be studying about the aluminium and the saucepan and whatever. All those ones are applications of physics. When lights are off, everyone will cry. Applications of physics. When you want a good road, what do? You apply physics and mix the concrete and whatever, and you make a good road. When you don't apply physics, you pass through a bad road and start complaining. Or what do you do if you want security? All the weapons that are used in maintaining the security and stability in any country are not an application of any other thing other than physics. Very many. I can talk about physics. I mean, after talking about God for a very long period, then the next online is physics. Of course, God is the Almighty. He's the creator of all of us, and He is the creator of everything that we use in physics. Okay? So therefore, that's why I, by name of teacher course, that's what my students gave me, and I accepted it, teacher course of Back Science Education Consultants, BSc. But my full names are Agaba Kosma. I do teach physics and mathematics, and I'm really bringing you some good news. Those of you who are just entering, who are just beginning the very first lesson of physics. I'm talking about introduction. So, what is in physics? What do we study about? How is it examined? And how do you score? I just want to give you tips on how you get an A from the very first lesson. Prepare to get that A after getting, of course, the distinctions in the three papers, which is paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. Where paper 1 is a theory paper, paper 2 is a theory paper, and paper 3 is a practical paper. Maybe I begin with the practical, since physics is more practical than theory. Much as it is one paper, but it is a practical. And this is a D1. I'm smelling. I'm just smelling a D1 that you have just acquired, because you are just going to do practice. There is no big difference between this practical and the practical you have done at O level. At O level, they bring you 3 numbers in the paper, and you choose 2. At A level, you'll be given 3 numbers, and you choose That's interesting. Except that the time is more, 3 hours and 15 minutes. You are doing more work than you do at O level. You are performing bigger experiments than you perform at O level. So therefore, this paper, it has 3 parts. Part A is mechanics. Part B is for light, and part C is for electricity. So you choose, but number 1, which is for part A, is compulsory, and it carries 34 marks. And then each of number 2 and number 3, each of them carries 33 marks. So when you choose this one, if you choose to do that, they will become 67. Then it can be converted to percentages, and then they score. You get your D1 or your D2 if you have failed. I don't expect anyone to plan for a C3 because you would have not even passed. And we are talking about excellence. That is the physics practical paper of paper 3. It is very interesting. So what do you need to pass that paper? When teacher Cost tells you, he knows and he has the experience. The only thing you need, you would not even need a teacher. Actually, where you are now, you can start doing practicals. Okay? You just get a stone, you tie it on a rope. Okay? You get some maybe piece of wood, you put it in soil, you tie it there, you make the stone start swinging, and you get your watch, and you measure the time for a given number of oscillations, maybe 20. As you reduce or increase on the length of the rope that is tying the stone, you proceed as you did those experiments at O level. You have done that one, and you are going to meet the same experiments at A level, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, I didn't know things would be as cheap as this. You are going to experience it. Please, my friend, where you are is the best lane you can move in. Remain in physics, remain focused. The A is yours. Those who fail will score B's. Those who don't listen, they will go to other subjects. I can simply stop at that as far as paper 3 is concerned. I want to talk about the paper 1. By the way, the paper code is P510-1. That is paper 1, and it is theory. And why do we call it P? This P is not seen on the papers you have done at O level, because they are not principal papers. You are just doing work at ordinary level, at 0 level. But here, hey, my friend, you are doing a principal paper. So that's why it is called a P. You'll be finding this P on any paper that is principal. Then when it is a subsidiary, then you'll be finding the letter S. For example, you'll find this letter S on your general paper, which carries 1 point, and on those ones who will be doing subsidiary ICT, you also find it there, and those who will be doing subsidiary mathematics, you also find there, that one there. That one is for a subsidiary, which can only give you a maximum of 1 point, but which is very important and crucial in life. So this is a principal physics. P510, paper 1. It is theory. So what is found there? In physics paper 1, we have 3 sections. We have 3 sections where in section A, we have mechanics. You people have known mechanics. Numbers to do with motion, friction, maybe mechanical properties of matter, and etc and etc. Those ones is part of mechanics. We shall bring 4 numbers in mechanics. 4. Then we have part section B. Section B, it is comprised of heat and thermodynamics. When you hear the word heat, yes, that is the heat that we use to cook the food that we eat. The heat that we use to cook the food that we eat. That is the heat. We are getting it in section B of paper 1 of physics A level principle. So we shall give you 3 questions. How many are they? The first one there are 4. Now you are adding other 3. So those are 7. I have my friends there. There are those ones who will be like, for me, I know when I enter a paper of physics, I begin with modern physics. Yes, here modern physics is. And you are actually doing 3 numbers. We are giving you 3 numbers where you can choose from. So the 4 plus 3 plus 3, that is 10 numbers. So that comprises physics paper 1. Physics paper 1 has 10 numbers. How many do you do? Hey, these ones are very simple. It's not like O level when they would give you 8 numbers and you choose 5. Here we are giving you more. These ones are easy. Those ones were a bit not clear. We wanted to get those ones who are ready for the journey, then we move with them. So here we are giving you are given 10 numbers and you will be required to choose 5. You choose 5 numbers. How do you choose them? Since they are in different sections, you have to choose a number from each section. So meaning you are doing a number on heat, modern, and mechanics. Those are already 3. And then you are required to do other 2. Where do you get the other 2 from? You choose from now the numbers that will have remained. So you can choose to do one from mechanics. Those are 4. Then choose another one from modern. They become 5. Or if you choose to do one from mechanics and another one from heat, those ones are 5, okay? Or you choose one from heat and one from modern, it still makes them 5. But you can't say that mechanics has been easy for me, therefore I choose 3 numbers from mechanics. No, you do not choose more than 2 numbers from each section. You do not choose more than 2. So you must take caution and be ready for that. Therefore, I can briefly show you how the paper looks. This is how your paper shall be. When you look at some of the instructions, I even encourage you to go and check out for some other papers on the internet and see how they look. That is the instruction for paper 1. The instructions are: answer 5 questions, including at least 1, but not more than 2 from each of the sections A, B, and C. Any additional questions answered will not be marked. And then they give you a list of the constants that you are supposed to use. You are given all those constants, and when you follow them very well, you prepare for your distinctions and you shall be able to get a D1. Okay? Yes, and then I can maybe briefly show you how it looks. That is section A. It is there. The numbers are there up to number 4. Yeah, this one is of previous year. This one was for 2020, but which was done in 2021. Since you all know what we are in, how COVID has brought all this. Then you can see when you go to section B, define the following. Triple point of water, absolute zero temperature. What is a thermometric property? State 3 qualities of a good thermometric property. 3 marks. State the qualities of a good thermometric property. Somebody from senior 2 can answer this one. So you can begin with that one before you study anything. You know you can answer. Okay? So that is section B. The latent heat. Why the latent heat of vaporization is greater than that of fusion. Those are the simple questions that are asked. Getting a D2, you would have failed. So you must get a D1. We got section C. This decay constant. We are seeing half-life. They are there. Very simple. Very simple ones. You can see. Very simple. The specific charge of ions and etc. and etc. So that's what I can talk about the physics paper 1. P510 paper 1. That is teacher course. Giving you a good beginning. From where? From Back Science Education Consultants. Where do you find us? You just go on YouTube and you type there BAC. BAC. This one has a very great meaning. BAC. BAC. science education consultants. You are going to find there. Then subscribe, invite others, like and share our YouTube channel. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I use Teacher Course. When you look for Teacher Course from any of those ones, you will find me there. But for the back science, we are more teachers and we are doing great work. You check on our YouTube, you get all our lessons there. Yes, so as if that one is not enough, now we go to the paper 2. So what is in the paper 2? You see, paper 1 and paper 3 are odd numbers. That's why I normally concentrate in the paper 2, because that's the paper that I normally teach. Because 2 is a good number. It is an even number. And it is a prime number. It is the only even number that is prime. Not any other. 2 that you see. A very special number. 2. Even Jesus said, where 2 or 3, he began with 2. He didn't say 1. He began with 2. And I was born on a Tuesday, which is also from 2. Tuesday, 2. Okay? So there are very many things I like about the letter 2. It is really interesting. And that's why I don't encourage you to read alone when you get to A level. I encourage you, please get a colleague. Make sure you are always 2 or 3, then you can read together. So when we go to paper 2, maybe I forgot to tell you that when you do this paper, it takes 2 hours and a half. 2.5 hours to do the paper. You do 5 numbers, meaning on average each number you use 30 minutes, and then each number carries 20 marks. That is 5 times 20, which would give you 100. When you decide not to get 100, you can decide to get 80. That is getting 16 on every number. Getting 16 out on every number. Very easy. Remember, they were 10. You have chosen 5. The ones that you know. Okay? But that means you have to begin with some nice foundation and then move with that. So without taking more time, I can tell you about physics paper 2, which is also theory. It also takes 2.5 hours. You also choose 5 numbers. I told you the other ones, you choose 5. They have 3 sections. This one, it is still odd even numbered. You are going to have 4 sections. This one has 4 sections, and we see how we shall choose from there. So we shall have section A. We call it geometric optics. We normally call it right. The right that you people know. Huh? Let me first show you like this one. Maybe you think I'm joking. State the laws of refraction of light. It is number 1. Look at number 2. State the laws of refraction of light. Now, how does someone fail? Before you go to senior 5, you can answer some of the questions there. Okay? Before you go to senior 5, you can answer some of the questions there. Let me first stop at that. So, part A, section A, we have light. Then, section B, we have the physical optics. It is also light, but the one you normally call waves. The wavelength, the frequency, the fringe differences, the beats, the Huygens principle, the diffraction, etc. Then, those ones, the constructive interference, the destructive interference, those ones that you have known from O level, they are the ones you are going to find in the section what? The section B. So section A has 2 questions, section B has 2 questions. Those are 4. We have a section C, which is a section for electromagnetism. A section for magnetism. Magnetism that you know, that like poles of a magnet repel. The analike poles attract. Some of you are there repelling and attracting. May God forgive you for what have you done. Okay? So that's magnetism. So it will give you 3 questions. That is section C. So that will be number 5, 6, and 7. Then we have a section D. Hey. Somebody say electricity, fire. I saw something that someone from Kabale was teaching physics in the local language, as some of you on social media are having the fun. And that he was like, when you touch the bare wires, it is bad. And the student asked, why? That is in the local language. And the teacher was like, when you touch it, it gives you your mother. In the other language. Some of you have seen that thing. And so that's where we are. So please, when you touch the bare wires of electricity, it gives you what? It will give you fire. Not your mother, it will give you fire. So another part, which is section D, that's all about electricity. Both. You know, electricity is in two parts. We are talking about the current electricity. Okay? The alternating. And then we are also talking about the charges which are at rest. You guys, you like electrostatics. That how do you charge two conductors positively by induction? And then you start, and then you be like, when you bring this one here, then you put this one there, okay? And you insulate them, then you bring this one, you put them together, okay? That then you bring an inducing rod. Maybe that inducing rod is negatively charged, which will induce positive charges here and negative charges here. Then you connect this one to the ground. Then electrons will flow to the ground. Then this one will remain with only these charges. Then when you remove this one and these ones will redistribute. So when you separate, these ones will be positively charged. You people have studied about these things, and I know you are enjoying them. This is what you are talking about in electrostatics. You just score that one, and you just do that and score an A. And after getting an A, what do you become? You know better. You know what you want to become. Please don't sit down and you think that dream will be achieved while you are sitting. Even to have a dream, you must be sleeping. Okay? For a lover to turn into a pupa, it must sleep. But before sleeping, it must work hard. So that's the composition of the paper. So it has 4 sections. Section A and section B each has 2 questions. So therefore, you only answer 1 question from each of them. Don't answer 2 in any of the sections, A and B. So go to section C, answer another one. How many are those? There are 3. Go to section D, answer another one. Those are how many? There are 4. Now you are remaining with 1. That one, you will choose it from section C and section D. Those ones which have 3 numbers. So you choose 1 question from one of those sections, and that will give you the 5 questions. The 5 questions that will give you 100. If you decide to fail, you get 16 on average on each question, and you get 80%. Still, you get a distinction, and you move on. So allow me to briefly show you about this one. You can see P 510 2 Physics Theory, Paper 2, November, December 2020, 2.5 hours. Uganda National Examinations Board, Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. This is not Uganda Certificate of Education, it is advanced. Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education, Physics Theory, Paper 2, Instructions. Answer 5 questions, taking at least 1 from each of the sections. A, B, C, and D. But not more than 1 question should be chosen from either section A or B. Any additional questions will not be marked. And the list of the constants is given there. So you can briefly see the first question, the laws of reflection of light. You go on. The laws of refraction and refraction on the first and the second number. The difference is between mechanical and electromagnetic waves. You know those ones, they are there. Yes, you have studied and we shall still teach you more. Okay? Applications of Doppler effect, Huygens principle, that is section B. It's done. Let's go to section C. Define the following terms. Magnetic meridian, you have studied these things. Angle of dip, you have studied, and we shall continue teaching you those ones. Okay? Yes, self-induction, We are going to see that one. That is what we call alternating current, AC circuits, right? Those ones we have not looked at them. We shall. Potential difference of ohms law. Oh my goodness, you guys, you are studying ohms law that you have studied. Yes, that the potential difference is proportional to. Move on. You see? Electric field intensity, electric potential. You can see. So all these ones are very nice. So that is section C and section D, where you choose in one of the question of the section you choose one, another one you choose two. Define capacitance of a capacitor. Oh my goodness, one of the most interesting parts of A-level physics is the word capacitance of a capacitor. Somebody say capacitance of a capacitor. Wow. Yes, the capacitance of a capacitor is we are referring to the charge stored and the potential difference. You people use radios, use different gadgets. In all those gadgets, we have capacitors, and these are the capacitors that we are studying about, so that we see the applications and then we apply them in real life. Briefly, that's what I can say about these papers. And then if you want to get an A, just get a 111, you get an A. Get 111, you get A. Yes, if you make a mistake and you get 112, you also get A. If you get 122, you can also get an A. Okay? As long as you are still praying in distinctions, even if you get 222, you get an A. If you get 113, we shall forgive you and we say we shall give you an A. But don't go there. I mean, you work hard for A. In the subsequent lessons, I will give you a whole picture of how you score even in other subjects, because there are subjects with 2 papers, others with 3 papers, others have even more than 3, can have 4. So all those ones, when I come back for the next lesson, I will help you. But as of now, you be ready. I want you to rewatch this video. Rewatch this video and feel free to contact me. Teacher course. My number is not always hidden. Okay, my number is 788 20 53 and 43. And remember to encourage your colleagues to come, especially those ones who are joining Senior 5 newly. Let them come and enjoy the lessons at Back Science Education Consultants. Remember to visit our channel, BAC. Just go on YouTube and type BAC. Please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share and like. Please share on all the social media platforms where you are, so that as you share, you are encouraging others also to see this channel. As you share, you get them on board so that you help them also learn from this, as we continue to pray for our country to have more peace from the COVID, from all the other challenges. But I encourage you to remain at physics. Feel at home. Feel at physics. Because without physics, even this, my voice, even this sound that is coming from me, you wouldn't be able to hear about it. Because how are you able to listen to what I'm saying? When I talk mechanically, the air molecules near my mouth will be perturbed. When they are perturbed, they are set in vibration, and as they vibrate, they will be doing what? They will be colliding with others, and finally, it is reaching my microphone here, and after reaching my microphone, it is recorded. Hey, and when you are playing it on your YouTube, or from your flash disk, or from any gadget that has some of you are having, depending, still as this audio comes out of your device, it perturbs the air molecules near, then they are set in motion, but that thing is as quick as possible, so that it will reach your pinna, put in the head, and then it be interpreted, and you're able, but all that one is because of physics. Where else do you study this? So therefore, this is Teacher Course, the MC, encouraging you to continue in this learning of physics. Please encourage others to come and we study together. I'm going to try by all means to make sure I keep you online, and as we start off on some of those topics. The topics are very many. We are going to choose some that we are going to begin with. Please keep following and keep encouraging others. For now, be encouraged, and Uganda is going to be built by us, we ourselves. After studying physics, Uganda itajengwa na sisi wenyewe baada ya kusoma fizikia. I wish you good time. Don't forget to share those videos on your social media platforms, and don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.